Welcome to Arirang News. This is Cha Yong-kyung, and we start with our top headlines at this hour. South Korea's new COVID-19 cases stayed below 30,000 for the third straight day on Friday. Although the country's sixth wave has slowed since mid-August, the health authorities caution that the overall pace of the slowdown is decreasing. The country reported over 24,000 COVID-19 infections on Friday, adding 30 deaths and 233 who are critically ill. The COVID-19 R number, or reproduction rate, surpassed 1 for the first time in 9 weeks on Friday at 1.09. This further hints that the virus is spreading quickly again and raises concerns over a possible twindemic with the seasonal flu. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization said Thursday at a press conference that more than 300 versions of Omicron are now circulating globally, and new Omicron subvariants are showing signs of increased transmissibility and properties of immune escape. South Korea may be about to see the brakes being pulled on exports for the first time in 2 years. Data released by the Korea Customs Service on Friday shows that the country's exports in the first 20 days of October dropped 5.5% on year to a little over $32.4 billion. Specifically, exports of semiconductors dropped 12.8% on year, largely affected by the global economic slowdown. Exports of steel products, wireless telecommunication devices, and ships also plunged in the same period. Exports to China saw a drop of 16.3% on year, contributing to an overall export drop, as China is the biggest export market for South Korea. The trade deficit hit $4.9 billion in the first 20 days of October, which is more than the same period the month before. Moving on, South Korean regulators are moving to crack down on monopolies in the online platform sector. By this past week's nationwide disruption to the services of Kakao Corporation, which are used for essential communication and commerce by almost everyone in the country. Speaking to lawmakers on Friday as part of the National Assembly's regular audit of the government, the Fair Trade Commission's chairman Han Ki-jung said that the outage was caused indirectly by Kakao's monopolistic dominance. He said that before the end of this year, the agency plans to come up with measures that will prevent a single online platform company from dominating the market. Switching gears, South Korea's Defense Ministry announced Friday that starting next year until 2027, it will spend $20 billion to create its three-axis defense system, the South Korean military's three-pronged response to North Korea's missile attacks. Lastly, with seasons changing, so do the colors of the leaves. And one of the best places to enjoy the autumn hues is Seoraksan Mountain in Gangwon-do Province. So far this month, more than 200,000 have come to Seoraksan Mountain. That's still below figures recorded before the pandemic, but similar to last year's number. But the clock is ticking for those who wish to enjoy these vibrant colors. This is because these leaves will stay as they are for around only a week to 10 days. For Seoraksan Mountain, the colors will begin fading starting this weekend. So those who want to enjoy some fall colors should look at their calendars and start planning now. Moving to weather forecast, for this weekend, a high-pressure system will help the mild autumn weather continue across most regions. Skies will be overcast for tomorrow, but clouds will start clearing out on Sunday. Daytime highs will be in a similar range, hovering around 18 to 19 degrees Celsius. Although most of the dust has dissipated, fine dust concentrations are still high across western regions. Until tomorrow, the capital region and southern Gyeonggi-do Province will see air quality standing in the bad category. With no rain in sight for the time being, layers of dry air will prevail across most regions. Please continue to watch out for wildfires. Next week, a surge of frigid air will enter the country and early winter-like conditions are expected. The current temperatures are 15 degrees in Seoul, 18 degrees in Busan, and 19 degrees on Jeju-do Island. You're listening to Arirang Radio.